everyone, how's it going? Matthew Bailey Media here, and welcome to another 2023 movie review. And yes, if y'all remember from the last movie review I did, I said I was going to be reviewing this movie, and well, here we are. And this time I'm going to be reviewing the movie Wish, which is Disney's recent Disney animated movie, and it's supposed to celebrate the 100 years of Disney with the Wish Upon a Star, and which a lot of movies did use the whole Wish Upon a Star reference in their movies, like Princess and the Frog, and a few others that I can't really think of right now. The only one I knew of for sure was Princess and the Frog. But with this movie, we follow a young girl named Asha, who is a 17-year-old girl who wants to become the king of the kingdom, King Magnifico's apprentice, who has the power to grant the wishes of the citizens of Rosas. And unfortunately, she learns a terrifying truth about him, and how a lot of people's wishes will never be granted, and they should give them back. They should be given their wishes back. But when he refuses to do so, she takes matters into her own hands, and then she accidentally wishes upon an actual star, who then comes and saves the day. That's pretty much all I'm going to say without spoiling the movie. But I will say this movie was okay. I mean, in my opinion, it was definitely better than Strange World. I mean, which is the last Disney movie that came out back in November of last year. But that's only because unlike Strange World, this one didn't really feature certain aspects that I thought were ruining movies like Strange World, and that was featuring a character that was, like in Strange World, what they basically did was feature a gay character, and they sort of really focused on that a lot in the movie, and that sort of ruined the whole enjoyment of the film. But with Wish, they didn't do that with this movie. They tried to tell a compelling story, while also I did sort of like how at the end of the movie, during the credits, they showed like little drawings with stars of all the original Disney characters that they've created, like Snow White, 101 Dalmatians, Oliver and Company, just to name a few. And I gotta say, that was pretty cool that they did that. And it's nice to know that Disney has been around for almost 100 years, pretty much. I mean, to be fair, their first ever film came out in 1937 with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and so honestly, I don't think they can safely say that they've done 100 years of Disney until 2037. I'll be 38 by then, but I will say, I thought this movie was definitely a lot better than Strange World. It wasn't as good as Elemental, which came out earlier this year, I will say that, but I still thought it was a good enough movie that I felt some enjoyment out of it. I mean, there were many different Easter eggs from other iconic movies, like Sleeping Beauty with her dress being made and by the fairies, but in this case it was by another lady. You had what else was there? I'm trying to think of the other. Oh yeah, you had the Seven Dwarves Easter eggs with the outfits being worn by certain characters that were friends of Asha's. Now, the one thing I will say I didn't quite understand with this movie is when it came to the villain, King Magnifico, they say he had a terrible backstory with what was going on with him, but we never actually hear or see what that backstory was and why he was so keen on making sure that things were good for the kingdom in his own mind and all that sort of stuff. And I gotta say, it was kind of depressing to have to deal with that. But aside from that, all the other characters of the movie I thought were pretty cool, especially our main character, Asha. She had a really great singing voice, whoever the actress was that played her, but again, I still think it was worthy enough to be a decent movie to not end up in the worst category or not even as a dishonorable mention or anything like that. And I gotta say, if I had to say out of all the Disney movies that have come out this year, which ones I really enjoyed, movies like this, Elemental, and Wish. This, Elemental, and The Little Mermaid are the only real good Disney movies related movies I've seen. Now I do have one more of a movie that came out by Disney that I really enjoyed, but other projects that came out by Disney this year I was not very fond of. I'll probably go more into detail when I do my best and worst films of the year list, but for now let me give you my rating of this movie. So for my rating of Wish, again, like I said, it was a pretty good, decent film, not bad enough to end up being like in the middle or in the dishonorable mentions list, but I'm gonna give Wish a 3.5 out of 5. Just barely made a 4 out of 5, but I still thought it was an okay film. Definitely does not deserve to be on the worst films or even the dishonorable mentions list. So, anyways, that's all for now in this movie review. And like I said, the next major movie I'm going to be seeing in theaters, I can't remember which one comes out first. It's going to be between Wonka and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, I know Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is something I'm not too happy about, but we'll see how it does. But anyways, I will see all you guys in the next video.